Alrighty, let's get started. Let me explain some of these visual aids that I have for my speech. This is the speech that I prepared in lesson 7, and this is the PowerPoint presentation that I made for when I give the speech again. I think some of these are very interesting. Of course, we're starting off with the title slide. I showed a very nice house, because it's a nice house and people can go, oh, it's a very lovely house. It's a little bit of an attention grabber. And I have my wording off to the side so you can see the title, you can see the subtitle, and just a little bit of my name, because you got to know who's presenting, so that's a good thought. And then this next slide, I really like it. It shows how social media is lying to you. One of the pictures is the picture that they post on social media, and the other is the one that it actually looks like. And so basically what they'll do before and after is take it and Photoshop it or make it look really nice, and then all of a sudden your house looks way better than it actually is. So I have that little before and after, and it's a graphic that tells a story, so that is very, very good, and I very much like that. But then I have some fun graphics for the beginning of my introduction, some word art to basically my key points so that I remember to recap, not recap, but preview my ideas throughout the rest of the speech. So that's what's there on the left. And then right here on the right-hand side is just a little fun graphic, something to look at, when they're not reading the text on the left, something that your eyes are drawn to. Then I have more bullet points here, and the bullet points help me and the audience know our main ideas and our purpose of the speech. But more on the images, the dragon on the right is also to do so. The dragon on the right is to remind me that I wanted to tell an anecdote about material shortages and how we still can't get the things in that we need to get in order to build things that consumers are wanting. So you'll hear more about that when I actually give the speech, hopefully next week or whenever that is. This right here is a graph, and this is the one that I love the most. It shows and reminds me the medium home prices, which is part of my speech, so that not only can I tell them what the medium home prices are, but that visual aid, you can see just in this visual aid how much more California homes are going to go for than Arizona homes. Like, you can physically see it, and it's more of a shock factor, and the audience is drawn to the statistic a little bit more. And then on the right side we have some like word art, so that, well, not word art, but graphics for the lettering, I should say, just something that makes the letters pop out a little bit more so that we can get their attention a little bit more. And you can see that quote on the side, which is also not only there to the audience to read, but for me to remember, hey, this is the quote that I'm using in my speech. Then I have my final wrap-up slide, and I have 2 links to realtors because I suggest getting a realtor in my speech. So I thought I would include, just in case somebody wanted to, go on and find out more about realtors, if someone wants to go and find a realtor, that they can use these kind of websites. And of course, the very last one is not very exciting, but it needs to be included. It's my works cited. It's not a very pretty slide, mostly because it's there because it has to be. It's not really something that you would show in like a normal presentation. Like those people who give TED Talks, you don't normally see them, works cited page. They usually, put it online, and then people can find the works cited later. So it's not really a pretty page because it's not really meant to capture my audience's attention in any way. It's there more of a informative fact. So it is 7 slides overall, but the slides that are informative and actually about my speech are 6 slides, which I wanted and I intended, because the more slides, not necessarily the better, because I don't want to bore my audience over a long period of time, but I did want to make sure that I covered everything and I had all the information I needed in my slides. Not quite a speaking outline, but also not quite all pictures in my little PowerPoint presentation.